all these women, all those people who were almost giving up on love, they learned the lessons. Every time the relationship failed, they learned the lesson and they applied it to the next one. It's like when you're graduating, you're going to school, you're learning the lesson, you have the test. So if you fail at the test, you need to redo it until you get it right. But are you ready to give up on love? If so, keep watching. Hi, my name is Amina. I'm a life coach and I'm here to help you with some tips and answer some questions you might have. So if you have questions and suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Please subscribe, like, and share if you like what I do here and help me help other people. So today I want to talk about how to believe in love again. So we know that the divorce rate is getting higher, and so people are believing less and less in love. And one of the other problems we have is we have many people who get in relationships, but they're not ready for that. They're not ready because they have traumas. They are not ready because they're hurt, they're broken, so many things. And so when you have all that, and when in your own experience you always end up being abandoned, the relationship doesn't work, or you end up being hurt, things like that. So at some point you're gonna start giving up love. So in my case, I have many heartbreaks. I'm saying many, like it's not like 100, no. But yeah, when you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heartbreaks, at some point you start to ask yourself, oh, what is wrong with me? And every time you try, you fail, you fail, you start to lose faith that you can actually find love and find that person that you see on the TV with the beautiful couples, and they tell you how they met and they have spent 14 years together and things are going great, blah blah blah. And so I'm here to help you get back on the track of finding love, because what is the other option? You gonna spend the rest of your life miserable and by yourself, unless you're capable of being single for the rest of your life and being happy. That's great, and I believe that usually when you are in this situation, that's when you actually find love, because you don't give about being with somebody, so you're not desperate, you don't have time for that. And that's when people are actually attracted to you, because you're not desperate for love. Okay, so for all the other people who are hurt, you just broke up with somebody you loved, or somebody broke up with you, or you decided to break up together, and now you need time to heal. Take your time. Don't try to rush and go into the next relationship. Try to learn from your mistakes, understand what happened, and learn the lessons. What do you want for your relationship? Even if that one didn't work, for the next one, what do you want? What are you willing to compromise on, and what are your non-negotiable, your deal breaker? This is a good time to talk about that. Let's say to think about that. Okay, so now I have some points that I want to share with you when it comes to believing in love again. And I think I'm gonna make a video to talk about the process of healing after heartbreak, and which is before this video, that is that you need to believe in love again. So you got hurt, you are in the hole, maybe in rock bottom, and now you need to climb out of that hole and to believe in love again. So I think I'm gonna do something like that. I hope I find some tips that can help, that can really help, not like just do this, do that, and okay. So number one is, so if you want to start believing in love again, something that I actually did is you need to find inspiring stories. So people who found love when they were 40, 50, older, 30s, mid-30s, something like that. Or even people who just had back-to-back failed relationships, and at some point they just give up and then they found love. There are many stories like that, and in particular I want to talk about the story of Faith Jenkins. I believe she is she is a judge, a divorce judge, and she has a show. I forgot the name of the show, but yeah, she has written a book, and she talked about her stories, her story, like everything failed. She had many things that didn't work, and at some point she just sat down with herself and she talked to God and said, okay, you wanted me to learn all these lessons, I'm gonna show you them now. I'm kind of graduating from school, and now it's time for me to really find that true love. I have the book. I didn't finish reading it, so I don't wanna talk too much about that, but let me see. So this is the book. It's called Sis Don't Settle, and it's Faith Jenkins. So she got married at the age of 42 with a man that, and now they actually have a baby. I think she got the baby at 44, if I'm not mistaken. And they had their first child, and she was able to have the baby herself. But she wrote the book because she wanted women like us to not give up on love and to believe that it's still possible for us. And so, like I was saying, find inspiring stories. I didn't finish the book, but from what I'm reading, what I've read so far, it looks promising. So if you want, this is one way of finding inspiring stories. You can buy this book, or you can buy other books. Usually I learn better with videos on YouTube, so I usually go and look for people and their stories. So you have many, just go online and look for them. And if you like to read, you can buy that kind of books. And yes, and by the way, so she has given many interviews, and every interview that I listened to, watched with her, I always learned something. And I think that's one of the reasons why I slow down with the books, because the interviews are just a bomb, so you learn so much. And she's very inspiring and empowering for women. So yeah, that's somebody that I really recommend you check her story. And you have other people, so look for inspiring stories, so you know you're not by yourself, and you know that it is possible for people who have struggled to find love to finally find it, to finally find the right person, and to be really happy. But I think the bottom line with the inspiring stories is that all these women, all those people who were almost giving up on love, they learned the lessons. Every time the relationship failed, they learned the lesson and they applied it to the next one. It's like when you're graduating, you're going to school, you're learning the lesson, you have the test. So if you fail at the test, you need to redo it until you get it right. But every time you fail, you learn something new, you learn what you didn't know. And every time you apply, every time you redo the test, if the previous thing you failed at comes again, now you know how to succeed at it. And at some point, you're gonna learn everything. You're gonna know everything about the test. If you have taken the test 10 times because you failed 10 times, the 11th time, if you have now learned from all the mistakes you have made from your previous tests, now the 11th time it's gonna work. So this is actually my mindset. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. So learn the lessons, and it's very important that you also check your behavior. So it's not just about, oh, I'm learning the lessons, oh, I am blaming the other person. No, you need to acknowledge your own fault, your own responsibilities, what you did wrong, and then you apply that to the next relationship. And even something that is very important is that before you get to the next relationship, because of the lessons you have learned, you will remember that, oh, the last time I got with the guy that was like this, it didn't work. And this time I see that this guy that I'm starting to date, he looks familiar. He has the same situation as the previous guy. Maybe I shouldn't even try with him. You become more aware of your mistakes, but you are also able to detect the wrong people in advance, and so you don't even start any relationship with them. So that's also learning. So it's not just learning from your mistakes, but it's also learning how to recognize the wrong person. Okay, point number 2 is you need to adopt a positive attitude. So talking about Faith Jenkins, there is something she often says, and it's, you cannot be skeptical about love and expecting it to come to your life. So I'm paraphrasing, so I don't remember exactly how she says that, but yeah, that's the main idea. So you cannot be here saying, oh, I want love, but you believe that it's not possible, all the good men are taken, I will never find the right person, that person doesn't exist, I'm going to end up being broken hearted, I'm going to end up having my heart broken, things like that. So if you go in advance with that kind of mindset, it's not gonna work, because it's like saying, I'm gonna win this tennis tournament, and you already believe that you're not gonna be the final stage. So what's the point of even trying? And because you have that mentality that things are not going to work in advance, you're not gonna do your best. You're gonna sabotage the relationship without even knowing it, because you have this strong belief that it's not gonna work anyway. So why bother? Why even trying? So be careful with that. A positive attitude. So it was Tony Robbins that said something like, with faith, you're not guaranteed you're gonna have everything you want, but you have better chances than with fear, because with fear you're sure you're gonna hit the wall. So just keep that in mind. It's better to be positive and to believe that things are going to happen for you, rather than not believing it and not even trying, not even doing anything in this direction. So you're failing in advance because this has happened, or this has happened, or he was overwhelmed, or he found somebody else, or you have ways to learn about man. So take advantage of that and really go deep and learn about them, because you have no idea what it is to be a man, and you don't want to misinterpret how they behave towards you, because you can be with a good guy, but because he has done something you misinterpreted, and it happened many times. At some point this guy get tired of you and then decide to break up with you, and that's because you thought that his behavior meant this, but instead he meant that. Yeah. Okay, next point is, so number 5 is learn about women mistakes. So in relationships, I believe, and I saw that women we tend to make the same mistakes globally. So for example, you're gonna go online and check one of Stefan Speaks videos, and he's gonna say something like 7 common mistakes women make. 7 common mistakes women make in relationship. So that's the kind of things that I'm talking about. Women tend to talk too much during the first date. I don't know if that's the truth, because I didn't check. But from what I understood, it happens often. Women tend to want to go too fast. Women don't listen for the cues. Women don't pay attention to the man's energy. Women can get scammed, things like that. And so go there, look for the videos at least, and you can also consult the men around you. They can help you. Ask, okay, what are the mistakes that we as women usually make? And what is important with that, it's especially with the videos, is that it will help you to identify your own mistakes and the things you need to change, which will help you to learn the lesson and become better for the next relationship. So that's very important, because sometimes we are blindsided. I hope it's not blindsided. We have blind spots, I meant, and we don't know what we do wrong all the time. So by checking that kind of contents and asking around, you're gonna discover about your own mistakes, and you're gonna learn from them and move forward and become better for your next relationship. Okay, my last point is assess your behavior and situation. So it's kind of learning from your lesson, from your mistakes. And so you need to check your behavior. How do I usually behave? Do I tend to call the guy 10 times a day? Or do I text him when he's at work too much and he is busy, and at some point he gets tired of me? Things like that. What could be another example? Do I get mad when he's 5 minutes late? Do I get mad when he forgets my birthday and I make it such a big deal that we go on a fight for 3 days? So assess your behavior, and you need to realize what is really important. Do I need to make this such a big deal? No, or yes. You are the one who decide, but at least you need to go back and assess your behavior in the relationships you have had and that have failed, and it will help you. Okay, so as a recap, If you want to believe in love again, so number one is look for inspiring stories to have faith again. Number two, adopt a positive attitude. Number three, pray or look for guidance. So it could be from God if you believe in God, or from people around you, or your intuition. Number four is learn about men. Number five, learn about women's general mistakes. And number six, in French we say six. So number six is assess your behavior in situation. Okay, so my challenge for you today, so it's look for one or two inspiring stories and start learning about those women who have found love after failed relationships, over and over again, and start looking and learning about their stories. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share if you like what I do here. And if you have questions and suggestions, you can leave them in the comment section below. So, question of the day for you. What is your main reason for losing hope? So is it because you have had many failed relationships? Is it because you have had just one failed relationship, but it was so bad that now you have a scar and you are really scared to go back and be with a man again? Is it something else? Please share with us. So that's it for today. I hope this video was helpful. In the meantime, I wish you a good week and I will see you later.